Again, just huge shout out to DJI Drone Service for sponsoring this video and giving me the Mavic Mini to test out. Show you, this is the DJI Mavic Mini. So as many of you probably know, this is the new DJI drone coming out in 2019. This is their ultralight drone, so it's under 250 grams, so you don't have to have it registered with the FAA. This is really awesome for new people getting into the hobby. They don't have to go through the whole registration baloney. They can just buy their drone, set it up, and fly it that day. So let's begin this unboxing. When you're opening the drone, you will see your Mavic Mini and controller. Now this is just the standard kit, so you're only going to be getting your Mavic Mini, controller, battery, and a couple of goodies under the controller. Let's go ahead and pull this Mavic Mini out of the box. This guy is tiny. Reminds me of a freaking battery for the Mavic Pro. Very small. Here we have the controller. Now this reminds me a lot of the Mavic Air and the Spark controller. These thumbsticks are removable, just like the Mavic Air, and are able to be stored under the controller, like so, which I think is a really nice feature for storage and longevity of the controller, because if those sticks are getting bumped by things in your backpack, they will eventually damage the internals of the controller. Underneath the controller, we have our goodies, dongles, propellers, accessories. We have this is our DJI manuals, what to do, what not to do, and all that stuff. So let's see what they give us for extras in the standard kit. So you get a micro USB cable, an extra set of thumbsticks for the controller, a screwdriver to take off and on the props, and your controller dongles for your phone. They include a Type-C, a Lightning, and a micro USB. And finally, our last thing is a extra set of props and screws, which is always important for a drone. Sometimes the propellers get nicked up or damaged. So let's go ahead and put all this stuff to the side and really get to this drone. So this guy is tiny. So you're looking at a form factor when it's all folded up of 130 millimeters long, 60 millimeters tall, and 80 millimeters wide. So this guy is really small. Let's compare it to a Mavic Pro battery. And as you can see, it's relatively the size of a Mavic Pro battery. If I put it on top of there, the drone is only so much bigger and only so much taller. The drone itself, with the battery in it, weighs less than a Mavic Pro battery, it feels like. So this guy is freaking tiny. Let's open it up and see the footprint of this drone. And when it is fully open and ready for flight, it has the same footprint of a Mavic Air. Let's compare this to a Mavic Pro. The Mavic Pro just feels like an absolute beast compared to this drone, just in size. And we'll open up a Mavic 2 as well, just for comparison. Put that right there. So as you can see, the Mavic 2 and the Mavic Pro pretty much are ginormous compared to this Mavic Mini. That's what they were looking at though, a tiny little drone that is portable and fun. So let's fold this guy up and compare it to the other two as well. So I look at the Mavic Pro and the Mavic 2 as kind of the big brothers to the Mavic Mini. So when they're all folded up, this Mavic Mini is micro. It is freaking micro. Look at this thing. Tiny, absolutely tiny. On top, tiny. Anyway you cut it, the thing is tiny. So I'm not too sure how it's gonna fly because I haven't had access to the beta yet. So I haven't been able to fly it, but let's go over the text and the specs of this bad boy and show you what you're working with. So the camera they're offering is a 13 megapixel CMOS sensor camera. It's able to capture 2.7K and 1080p video. The gimbal it has is a 3-axis gimbal, able to do pitch, roll, and yaw, so you're gonna have very smooth video with this. It is a Wi-Fi based transmission signal, so the way the drone communicates to the controller and the controller communicates to the drone is based off a Wi-Fi signal, so it will not be able to use OcuSync. So unfortunately, you can't use the Mavic Smart controller and you can't use the DJI racing goggles. That's unfortunate, but for such a small drone, I don't think you'd really want to be carrying around those bulky objects anyway. The battery the Mavic Mini uses is a lithium-ion battery, which is different than all the other batteries that DJI has previously used, which is lithium polymer. So with lithium-ion, you're able to run the battery to a lower voltage, in theory, giving you a longer flight time. So with this, you're able to get similar flight times to the bigger drones, which is really awesome. The battery itself goes inside of the drone, so it's no longer exposed. And these are no longer known as smart batteries. They don't have a button to press to check the battery voltage. So to check the voltage of the battery, you actually have to plug it into the drone and go ahead and click that button. As you can see, this battery is very dead. But if we turn the drone on, we'll get the startup sound, the motors will turn, and the gimbal will calibrate. So just like all the other DJI drones, it's got an LED on the back to indicate the status of the drone and the status of everything going on. Unfortunately, like I've said, I haven't got to fly this guy yet because I did not get access to the beta app, which is DJI Fly. So this drone is using a different app than all the other DJI drones. It's called DJI Fly. It's a little bit more of a stripped down version of DJI Go, a little bit more simpler for the newer pilots. And yeah, I just haven't got access to it yet, so I've been unable to fly this guy. But other than that, it has some downward vision sensors for precise landing. It does not have forward sensors, left or right sensors. It has no obstacle avoidance other than downward sensors. The Wi-Fi transmission is rated for 4 kilometers. Now again, I haven't tested it, so I can't vouch for it, but I'm sure 4 kilometers, I'm pretty sure this guy can reach that. You just want to keep it within your line of sight as always. And yeah, so other than that, this drone is pretty awesome. It's pretty tiny. My first impressions of it, I really like the way it looks. I like the way it feels. And I really just can't wait to fly this guy and give you guys a more in-depth review. So other than that, this has been the Mavic Mini. The controller, I already went over. It's about the size of the controller. But yeah, guys, this has been the Mavic Mini first impressions. If you want to go ahead and pre-order one of these for yourself, you can head over to DJI Drone Service. They got a whole website set up for you guys where you can purchase this drone, pre-order it. We're having a launch party here in Drone Zone, which is the only indoor flight facility in the US. Drone Zone NJ is having an open house with this drone on the 11th of November. Make sure you guys come out to that. But yeah, so